Hi guys, welcome back to the £3.30 podcast. This is your host Asha,
Reem
and Sana.
And actually Asha's not our host, but we just let her do it because she kind of introduces things better, because me and Sana can't be bothered.
Can't be asked. How you guys doing?
How is everybody feeling?
We're all good. All good.
Sana,
How are you guys?
you
I feel like I
enjoying-
haven't spoken too much this week.
Yes, because you're having too much fun with your friends there.
Sorry, man. All I did was go out one day. Allow me.
Yeah. No, do you know what I think it is? I think
Actually,
Sana's
2 days.
really getting the Ramadan experience that we crave, basically.
Word.
Why? What's the experience that you crave?
I want like late iftars with like late suhoor
Like you
sessions.
you're out the same...
out the
Yeah,
entire
that's the one,
time,
entire
chilling
time.
with bare mans,
Not
playing
having to work
cards,
early
not
in the
having to work
morning.
Oh, just chill, man. Everyone's fasting together.
No, we
like-
still have to work early in the morning.
What's early?
Well, I mean, I'm not included in this because I still work on London time. So my shift starts at 10 a.m. But for example, Fajr starts at 8. But the thing is they finish
earlier.
I think at 3 o'clock, depending on like.
Yeah, well, let's
government
just
or
say
private
Ramadan working
companies,
hours
but they
then.
finish earlier.
Ramadan working hours.
Yeah,
Time do you start
basically. But it is
fasting?
nice because there's loads of like Ramadan tents and suhoor. So they have like 2 shifts. First it's Ramadan tent first it's iftar. So you break your fast in a huge tent which they like kit out and it looks amazing. And then after that they have like a suhoor section for people that want to stay up till suhoor, basically.
Do you know what? Not to sound like we're complaining or anything like that, but I really do appreciate, obviously, like the stuff that we do get here in London and like all like the Ramadan tent and like all the initiatives that people make. But I feel like because it's obviously not a Muslim country and it's like there's no Ramadan decorations,
There's no, like,
outdoor,
adhan.
there's no adhan.
That to me is one of the things that like is the nicest. It's just that adhan. Like when I was in Iraq, I'm not gonna lie, I had the privilege to feel it for the first time actually, because I've never been to a Muslim country during Ramadan, and just that the fact that it's so quiet during the day, and then as soon as it hits like an hour after iftar, everyone is out, and it's like everyone's out, family outings, all the kids are out, and then it's
everyone's
like
going to go get ice cream or
Ice
this
cream!
or that, hitting the
They
beach from
love
Mishkak or
ice
just
cream.
something. Like it's bare cute. But not
It
gonna
is
lie.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Not gonna lie, last time I was in Tanzania and there was 2 masjids near my house, and then I heard the adhan go off and I just literally was like, yes, Allahumma inna qasumtu, like, you know that one's it just bit, it's bare quick, yeah, to get that date in your mouth. My aunt was like, listen, relax. She goes, actually you have to wait for the adhan that's for the adhan from the mosque that's closest to you. So she goes, that's the other mosque, we're waiting for this one here on our doorstep. 5 minutes we had to wait. I was vexed. I was vexed. I was like, listen,
Sorry.
either
There
way,
was
it's
5
not
minutes
gonna-
between the mosques.
It's
mad.
like saying yeah,
Very long.
Sana, it's like saying, oh, the adhan on Reem's phone went off, so Reem is now munching, but I have to wait for the adhan on my phone to go off. Dumb.
How that makes no sense. I don't think there's any like theological evidence for this.
someone sort of been like,
Well,
yeah,
I-
it just
when
makes sense, man.
When I say 5 minutes, I literally mean maybe like a minute or so. But you know the ones where it's just bare
When you're
jarring.
fasting, a minute is like 10.
Drama queen.
Also, just really quickly,
Yeah,
can we just
it's
settle this
tense.
now? This is a conversation that I was having with a couple of other people before, and it's like, do you break your fast after the adhan has been like,
No.
Made.
As soon as I hear it,
as in the adhan is
Allahu
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Sana's eating when he goes, oh. She's already got the date in her mouth.
Literally, when I hear the mu'adhin like move around on his mic.
Yeah. Oh, when you hear that, when you hear that. Is it working? Testing.
Basically,
There's
as
people
soon as
that
I hear
say,
the crackles of the mic, I'm munching that date.
there's people that say, once the adhan is done and you have made, the dua that after the adhan, yeah, Allahumma rabba
Yeah.
hadhihi da'wati tam. That's how it sounds on the Islam channel.
Oh,
Yeah.
deep. I haven't even been doing that this year, you know.
Do you know what they say? This is bare like tent very very muzi very very quickly. When you make that dua after the adhan, it said that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself will intercede for you on the day of judgment. He will be like, nah, leave Sana alone.
Got you, fam.
Got you beat. Sana's going to Jannah with me, fam. Anyways, there's people that
No,
say,
bad one.
inshallah, I mean. So there's
Never
people
gonna
that will
get it, but
say
okay.
you break your fast immediately once you hear the adhan, and there's other people that will say break your fast after the adhan. You might not on breaking your fast literally as soon as you hear Allah.
The people that wait till after the adhan finishes are probably the same. No, sorry. Yeah, they're probably the same people that finish eating suhoor after the adhan finishes too. I think I do the best of both worlds. So when it's suhoor time, I wait till it's finished. Then I'm like, okay, now I have to stop. But then when it's iftar, I'm like, okay, I have to start right now as soon as it starts.
I remember I got told
You
off
guys do that
once
too?
because, sorry, but very quickly, I remember I got told off once because I was fasting and then I heard the adhan and I started eating, and an auntie told me that I had to wait 10 minutes after until everyone had adhined, and then I eat. So I just had to sit there until it had all been done, like 10 minutes after, just to be sure. Yeah, even when I've done it at home, my parents are just like, just chill out, and I will wait that long.
Wait, I don't understand.
I don't know.
Why do you
just
have to
because
wait?
apparently everybody needs to have done it before you break your fast. That's what I was told. I got told off.
Oh, I got
So I had to
whatever
sat there.
the closest masjid is.
No, it was like, it could be 7 different people.
Can I
you need to
just-
wait?
Can I just say there's different theological reasons for you both saying that? That's what I'm saying. Anyway,
Wow. Why is Shambak crying?
Sana. Oh, that's what I'm saying. She's bare jarring.
Why?
who's jarring?
You.
What did I do now? We just started.
Ignore her, Sana. She's just chatting breeze. She's still holding Aladdin against you.
Bloody hell. She's what?
Holding Aladdin
We're not
against
talking
you
about
for
Aladdin
no
on this
reason.
podcast. No, we
Why?
can't be beefing
Why?
every single podcast.
Oh,
We're beefing
I think,
constantly.
I think the reason
Everyone's
we
gonna
haven't
think I
been
don't like
speaking this week
Arabs.
is because of that conversation. I think I
Yeah.
subconsciously felt a way about it.
I know you did. I know. I
I don't think it was subconscious.
Yeah, you
I
just
think it
pissed
was
me
very
off. No, I
prefrontal
don't think so.
cortex.
Reem, did I not tell you?
Straight up annoyed.
I think Sana's angry with me.
Big
Wallah.
freaking-
I whispered
I
to
just
her
needed to breathe.
in a private convo. Do you think Sana's annoyed
Fam,
with me?
who would have thought Aladdin would like be the breaking point?
It's not even Aladdin. I think.
After all the
do you think-
I think it was
conversations
2
we
weeks in a
had.
row.
2 weeks in a row, and because I think you guys probably think I'm bare anti-Arabs, innit?
But you are though.
I think
Look
you are,
at
to be
your
honest.
face. I haven't
You
seen you look so
100%
happy
you've
for
exposed
time.
yourself.
Look at her. You know that Theresa May gif of her going like this. The shoulders one. That was literally her. Date in hand, bare vibrating.
Just a disclaimer, guys. I don't hate Arabs. My mum is half Arab. I've got Arab family. Like, it's not like that.
She's bare tired.
Wait, why are you using that excuse that I'm not racist, I've got black friends?
My neighbour's African.
What, black dad? He's my best mate.
No, but real talk, it's all love. And loads of people even said they didn't realise we were beefing. And I said to them, actually, the beef didn't come from the podcast itself. Because
Came
I think
from the
while
group
we're
chat.
speaking, it's like you can hear it. And then after you do that thing where you're like, am I a prick? Like, you know, when you're on reflection, everything comes back to you. And you're like, hold on a second, is this really what you said? Like, you know, when you're in the shower beefing, like, you start like, gun fingers like, what? Am I a dickhead? What? No. And like, that's what happened.
What's mad? It's always in silence.
Always in silence. Bare mumbling.
But listen, I don't think everyone knows exactly what we're talking about, because we did have like beef after the conversation we had last time about POCs and Arabs and stuff. But this one is about Aladdin.
Basically,
beef
there
was
was a
about
new
Aladdin.
beef. I don't know if we should go into it.
No, Sana
You're not gonna go into
definitely
it.
misunderstood what I said.
Go on.
Oh, okay, go on.
Go on,
I'll
lads.
give you a second to.
So what I was saying to you was I brought up a conversation regarding something that was in a different group chat, yeah. And the conversation that emerged
Talking behind our
anti-Arab
backs
group chat.
about us.
wasn't even about you guys. So relax. Anyways, Reem is so jarring. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it this week.
Listen, you're the one who's jarring.
I'm not gonna have two Arabs gang up against me. Yeah, we're
What,
supposed to be
just 'cause
people
we're
of
telling
colour,
you that
innit?
you're anti-Arab, you
Nah, I'm
waste
not
man.
having it. I'm
How you
not
gonna-
having it. Nah.
Listen, you can't offend us, and you can't offend us and then expect us to just
Man
be
said
like,
us,
okay, yeah,
you know,
cool.
us and them, you know. Nah, Sana, I'm not doing it.
No, real talk. Real talk. She was in this
The
group
people
chat.
want to hear it. Go on.
No. I'm not doing it.
She was in the
Okay,
group chat.
at least go on.
Sorry, our toes just touched.
His toes are touching.
Mad or
They're hugging.
Dead.
don't touch me.
It reminds me of Doha. When our fingers kissed a little bit. in the water.
Sana, do you remember when we were on the motorway once and like it was
Yep.
like an Ed Sheeran song and you were like, oh, this is what I'm gonna play on my wedding. We both went to turn it up and our fingers like just touched and we were like, we just
like
looked
stared
at each other
for
like
2 minutes.
didn't say anything. It was so awkward. But yeah, basically the Aladdin conversation just got heated for no reason. Not no reason, but
Basically, we were having a separate conversation in a different group chat about the Aladdin premiere, and the conversation, it wasn't even about misrepresentation or blah. The conversation was basically about this one Arab influencer who went on social media to complain that there weren't enough Arab influencers invited to the premiere, yeah, or Arab people, or whatever it was, yeah. We were just basically laughing at that situation because it was kind of just like, raw. So when there's big things happening, yeah, when it regards Arabs and Muslims in general, yeah, you don't want to use your platform to talk about those things or to shed light into things that actually matter. Yeah, you want to come and die on social media because you couldn't go to a premiere and wear a nice dress and be. It's just, this is the thing. That's what we were basically laughing at. We were like, oh, there's bigger fish to fry, blah blah blah. So when I sent that conversation,
Yeah, but not everyone wants to fry those fish, man.
So when I sent that conversation to our group chat,
Yeah.
Sana took it as a critique on the film and how we shouldn't care about appropriate representation for Arabs in Hollywood, which is what was in the conversation. But I was just sort of saying, Arabs aren't the only ones that have been misrepresented. And go on, Sana, say what you were saying, babes.
Oh, god damn. Okay, so firstly, like I said, not everyone wants to fry those fish, those big fish. Okay, just because I'm talking as like the influencer, whoever it was. I don't know who this influencer is. I don't think you revealed that to us. But just because I'm an influencer doesn't mean I have to talk about Yemen or
100.
Syria or whatever. Like some people are just not interested in politics or those kind of things. Like just because they're an influencer or have a big platform, I don't think it's right for us to like force people to talk about things if really and truly they're not doing it themselves.
So if someone's platform was predominantly makeup and that's what they wanted their platform to be about, they have every right. What I'm saying is, don't now go on your platform to complain about something when it's like what she's complaining about is very similar to what I'm saying you don't complain about. Does that make sense? She's complaining that there aren't enough Arab representation, and she's complaining about the Arab voice and people seeing Arabs or blah. Essentially, she's looking at the social context, yeah, of how Arabs are represented in Hollywood. Why don't you look at the social context of how people perceive Arabs in general?
Deal. And I don't think you should brush that aside as something that's like.
It's not like that. It's not like that. I'm saying
minor.
You've never used your
it's
platform to talk about anything that genuinely matters.
How we've been
you want to come here and cry.
Hold on. Can I just wait. Can I just listen?
Because I'm not gonna do this anymore.
No, wait. But you did say, Sana, say your piece, and then you spoke over her. Just that last second.
Exactly, you eat it.
Go on then, Sana. Say your piece, innit?
Why are you beefing me? I'm just having a conversation with you, man. Shit.
Because I feel taxed. Because I feel like it's too.
I didn't say anything.
Because Reem was giving me bare eye contact.
Reem hasn't even.
Right.
Has said
I didn't
her
say
piece.
any. I literally haven't said anything. Carry on.
Can I just finish? My issue, number one, I think in the group chat, you guys were saying something how, well, no, actually it wasn't in the group chat, but you said something about how Aladdin is Chinese and all this stuff, and I was defending that point. You know, there are some theories that he was a Chinese character and stuff, but the story as we know it and as we've always known it to be is
the Disney version,
an Arab guy called Aladdin, who is from a fictional Arab town called Agrabah, whatever the hell it is. So the Arab influence in the film is like, you can't doubt it. It's there.
Yeah, 100%.
There's no debate about that. That was one point I wanted to make. The other point was that just because she wants to talk about Arab representation in Hollywood doesn't mean it's a minor issue. Like we've and I know you said you guys as Somalis or whatever have faced the same thing, but we as Arabs, and I'm speaking obviously as an Arab, we've dealt with this for decades and decades and decades. And like I said in the group chat, when you see an Arab on in Hollywood films, it's or when you see, in fact, when you see a terrorist in Hollywood films, it's always he's always represented as an Arab, and he's speaking in Arabic, in the Arabic language, in a
Not
really
always.
shitty
I mean,
Arabic
you've got
language
Boko
that doesn't
Haram,
even like
you've got Somalis
that
out
it
there.
isn't even representative of where the guy is actually from. Like it's always some dead formal Arabic or some dead Moroccan when he's some
Sorry, Sana, can I just
Yemeni
stop
or
you?
whatever. Like
Then
there is a huge problem with the representation of Arabs in Hollywood, and I don't think anyone can debate that. So for you to like brush it aside as a minor issue, I have a problem with that.
It's not. I'm not brushing
Okay,
it aside. Yeah, I think the conversation that we were having in that group chat in particular. Yeah, and I want to stress that it was just a conversation that we were addressing one thing in particular. Yeah, we were addressing one influencer. Yeah, and criticizing her in saying you've never ever spoken up about anything to do with Arabs in a wider in terms of things that genuinely affects the Arab world. Yeah. Yeah, you want to talk about
why
this?
does she need to?
Yeah. In the grand scheme of things,
Why does
Hayati, yeah, Sana, you can't deny this. In the grand
Can I
scheme
say
of things,
something?
in the grand scheme of things, Hollywood representation for Arabs in Hollywood doesn't even touch the top 10 of the problems that Arabs have in the world.
Can I say something?
I think it does. I really genuinely do think it does.
That's just
your opinion.
I guess it's a difference of opinion. But what I will say,
Yeah.
Shams, is like, I don't want you to feel attacked in it. I'm just saying.
Always,
You
every
said
single
no, because you're chatting breeze.
I'm not chatting breeze.
No,
Go
listen,
on.
because you said no, because real talk, like that's why we're beefing
Go
with
on,
you, because
go
you
on.
said first of all it's about the influencer. Cool. If your issue is with her and how
Yeah.
she's addressed things, then that's fine. You know me, I can deal with that. But then you're saying
100%.
that everybody deals with the misrepresentation. Cool. So what is it?
No,
Is it about the blogger?
So the conversation that I was having initially, yeah, and the conversation that I wanted us all to have was based off of that group chat conversation, yeah. Sana took it to a new level, and I just said to her, "Safe, I hear that, but also." Me as a Somali, yeah, us Somalis, we get misrepresented all the time.
I hear you.
So I'm saying
100%,
it's not.
yeah, we
Arabs
agree.
aren't just the only ones.
No, but
that face
no one
this.
said that.
We
And that's
agree with that.
but that's
So
minimizing.
because I think you guys are probably looking at it as it's not that big a problem. It's like I know how big the problem is because we face that too. As a black person, we face that too. How many
Of
slave
course.
films do you think come out a year?
No,
B?
no, 100%, but
of
no
course,
one's
I
denying
get
that,
how
and no
important
one's
it is.
minimizing
I get
that.
how important it is to have accurate representation or alternative representation for people of color, ethnic minorities, whatever it is. I get how that's
Media.
important, yeah. I get how that's important, and of course there should be a debate and there should be argument, and you should make a ruckus for it. I hear that. Any opportunity that you can get to talk about it, I hear that. And obviously it was relevant in that situation for her to bring it up. That's what I'm saying, yeah. But what you guys are
Yeah.
misunderstanding is we were critiquing that person in particular because it seems like it doesn't seem like it doesn't
hear
seem
you.
like she cares necessarily, yeah, about there wasn't any representation for Arabs. She just cared because she wasn't invited.
I hear you. Like she wanted
That's-
to just be at a premiere.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I feel like there was a massive misunderstanding in that entire group chat, the conversation, because when I woke up and I saw 62 messages from Sana, I was like, oh, God's sake. I wanted to mute the conversation, real talk.
No, but I think there's a difference with having an issue with the person in particular, like the individual. Like you said, what you've just said makes sense. But
Which is
then
what I've been trying to say.
Yeah, but then you add in randomly, you'll be like, yeah, because like Saving Private Captain Ryan or whatever it's called, or you're using these examples and nobody has tried to say or is trying to minimize anything you're talking about. It's just that all we were saying is, yeah, but this is an issue.
Yeah,
like
because-
Hollywood representation
because-
for Arabs is an issue.
Yeah, because it seems like you guys don't think that I understand that Arab representation
We
for Arabs
know
in
you
Hollywood.
understand.
Yes, so I'm
No, we
contextualizing
know
it for
you
you
do.
guys to understand that. I hear that because Somalis have also had the difficulty in being represented in Hollywood, i.e. Captain Phillips have always been
Is that what it's called?
Captain Phillips.
What's
we were-
Saving Captain Private
Yeah.
Ryan or
No
what?
idea, bruv. Black Hawk Down was
Wow.
a matters, yeah. Somalis, and whenever we are represented, it's always a very negative thing, right? Black people will always look at these Negroes and blah blah blah. So it's not like I don't understand the importance of it. I do get that, and I'm not. As
You just
said,
want her to be talking about things like on a more general level, as in, if you care so much, then where were you when there was a fundraiser for wherever or whatever it is?
That's what I'm saying.
I hear that. I think
Okay,
that's
but
an
can I just
individual
say
thing.
something? No, I understand what you're trying to say, but I think when I read that conversation in particular, I just felt a way about it because it felt really like it felt like someone was like bitching on Arabs, genuinely.
No, there was hella Arabs in that conversation.
I found that very offensive because you didn't say. I mean, you did mention the blogger or whatever. I can't remember word for word what the conversation was, but you did. Yes, you did mention a blogger, but then you were like, these times they, and it seems like you were talking about Arabs generally. Like, we don't give a shit about all the bigger shit, but then, you know, but when it comes to Aladdin, we're suddenly all arms raised and stuff like that. So I don't like this whole us and them mentality that people seem to have nowadays.
No,
I think I just don't like it. I think that there's like, as you said, there's bigger fish to fry than us sitting and criticizing each other for whatever causes we may or may not want to be involved in. And I just don't think it's fair for influencers to have such a big standard among people that, you know, you have to, if you're an influencer, you have to talk about this or you have to talk about that. And I think you, as an influencer, know that some people just don't like talking about politics because it's bad for business. That's what it comes down to. And I think with things like and I think the only reason she spoke about Aladdin was because, one, it was topical, as in, and two, it's something that like involves you know, that kind of community. Like, it's not like she was talking about you know, the humanitarian issue in Yemen or in Syria, where it doesn't really involve fashion bloggers or makeup artists and stuff like that. This is like a Hollywood thing, you know, and I think that's why she mentioned it. I don't think it's anything we can't doubt her intentions. You don't know what she's doing behind the scenes for other bigger causes or bigger fishes, you know,
This is true.
or fish, whatever the term is.
Sana, listen, yeah, again, you've completely misunderstood, because when that person said, oh, they, yeah, or they probably like the whole Anai collection, blah blah blah.
I thought that was about me and Sana.
Yeah, exactly. I took it as me and Reem. I was like, raw.
You know, dumb.
I literally was like, oh, I didn't even see it.
No. It was in relation to, okay, so in the past, yeah, do you remember the Dubai Models Fashion Week stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
The vast majority of people that had complained that there wasn't enough representation were who? Black girls, Asian, or not even Asian girls.
Yeah.
It was literally just black girls, yeah, that complained about it, because it's always Arabs and Asians that get invited to these sort of settings, yeah. That Inaya collection campaign, Arabs and Asians, yeah. So it was like in that situation, it's just looking back at how they treated that last event, yeah, where there was a massive misrepresentation or lack of representation for black bloggers. It's like these times you want to pipe up about things that you want to pipe up about when it works in your favor, but when it's a blatant disrespect on your fellow peers, yeah, that are on that platform too, you don't want to say anything. That's what that was in reference to. So it's like, oh yeah, that blogger in particular probably is piping up about this blah blah, but they probably like the Inaya collection stuff. So this is what it was about. So it's like, you want to talk about misrepresentation and representation, yet you can't even see within your own industry that you operate and work in. There's people within your fellow peers aren't getting represented. So
that reminds me of being at the Black Lives Matter protest, yeah, in London, and literally I was one of the only Arabs. And one of my friends basically
I remember
said,
this.
yeah, and they were like, isn't it funny that like a Palestine protest will have such a mix of people, but then where are the Arabs now? Like, where's everybody who was out protesting for Palestine? And I actually was like, oh my God, it's so true. And I think there's a part of it, because obviously I'm there as an ally. I'm not there to hold anything or do anything. I'm just there on the sideline, like showing my support, and not just like supporting numbers, but like genuinely, I'm here for this. And I did think, I was like, this is so real. Like, where is everybody? Like, where are all the Asians and Arabs and stuff? And I think I understand what you're saying, is in like, you're fast. And to some degree it's hard because you can't do everything. But as in, I know what you're saying, as in have the same anger or outrage towards that. I hear that.
And also, Sana, like in your rant, just now, your 10-minute speech, you were saying how, sometimes for beauty bloggers, that's not really their space, to kind of speak on these things. I don't think that's fair. I feel like that kind of perpetuates this conversation or this dialogue that, beauty bloggers aren't intelligent enough to be able to comment on these things. Well, of course they can. Like, of course they can comment. If they want to comment, they can comment.
What I'm
saying is, Sana, what I think what you've misunderstood is, if you have a platform, and you want it to be solely and specifically about beauty and lifestyle, blah, 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 no one can say shit to you, because that's what you're doing. That's your entire platform. And you're right. to an extent, politics is bad for business because everyone now knows where your allegiance lies and your opinions, blah, blah, and you don't necessarily want that to be in the public eye. Of course, 100%, I get that.
Yeah.
But the moment you start talking about things that are real issues, people automatically have an expectation from you because they see that you're an intelligent person who's able to come to intelligent conclusions about certain things and have intelligent dialogue. So if you don't use your platform for certain things, people want to hear from you. People want to hear what you have to say about this, or even just using the platform for good. It's like I think it's disappointing more than it is judgment. It's kind of like if I had that platform that you have, I would be doing X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. But it's right. Not everyone is comfortable to do that, and of course they shouldn't be crucified for it if they don't want to use their platform for that. I hear that. That's not what I'm disputing. What I'm disputing is not coming with the same energy on regular small things.
I think we should not talk about race anymore for the rest of this podcast
because it gets political,
or maybe for even the next one.
Because you guys high key think that I don't like Arabs, innit? High key.
I do believe that.
See, this is why we can't talk about these things.
No, I think
we can talk about it.
I think you're angry at
have
Arabs.
a little beef.
I think you're angry at Arabs.
Yeah, I think you're very angry at Arabs.
I'm not angry at Arabs at all. That's not that. That's a complete.
What, you love them wholeheartedly, yeah?
With my entire heart, with my soul. I don't hate Arabs.
I know you love us, but I genuinely don't think that you have a soft spot, let's say, for Arabs.
No, of course.
Maybe I don't know if I'm wrong about that.
I love all people. Except
bare lies about I love all people.
All lives matter.
No, but I think man said all lives matter. Oh, that reminds me of a Facebook argument there was years ago on my wall.
Dead.
Someone I'd written a status just with the hashtag Black Lives Matter, and this woman I used to work with comments. What did she comment? What did she comment?
All lives matter.
All lives matter. I don't think she understood who's on my Facebook and like what people are going to say. It destroyed her. So my brother came on. He was like, I don't remember what he just said. I think he was just like, shut up. Like, you know them ones where it's like, my brother doesn't comment on anything. And he was just so sick of her.
When you said your brother, I was confused.
So many people went in. Everybody went in. And I just thought, I felt so bad for her, right? Because as soon as I said it, I was like, yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about, innit? And she got annihilated. I felt so bad. She deleted me off Facebook. That was it. I was like, wow, that's what happens. But she explained that one, but she said, where did she grow up? You know them like out of like further out than Essex ends, yeah?
Further out than
Romford. No, like far, yeah? And she once said that she was like, there was one black girl in my village and she had a chip on her shoulder, and we were like, oh God. So you know that as soon as you hear that, girl, as soon as you hear that, you're like, oh, flip's sake.
But yeah, in conclusion, I don't hate Arabs. I think I'm critical of a lot of things that certain Arabs do, as I am critical of what a lot of like black people do, or this bit, or any ethnic group do. But I don't hate them. I think there's a difference. There's a difference between being frustrated and being critical of a group of people, without generalizing, but also and also hating. I don't hate anyone. Man.
Did she say without generalizing?
Yeah, I know when she said that I was like, huh? I thought, let me not. We agreed that we would stop this talk.
Because I always address one person in particular, and then it relates to other experiences that I've had. But I'm not generalizing. You man, I think. Anyways.
It's cool. Anyway, now everyone knows why we were not really...
Cool.
I got a blood pressure monitor.
Bruh.
Guys, I will just suggest, make sure you buy blood pressure monitors, because blood pressure, I recently learned, is called the silent killer, by the way, because apparently there's no symptoms. So you just better get checked out and all of that. Look after yourself.
Is it time for our weekly topical medical conversation?
Yeah. I got sinusitis.
You got what?
Sinusitis.
What's that?
It is an infection. It's a sinuses infection, basically. Okay. And that's why I was at the doctor's yesterday. For everybody that doesn't know,
so tell us a bit about your blood pressure stuff and why we should all
Can I just say
pressure.
really quickly, Reem took some time from work, so she had a holiday.
You're such a loser.
She had a what?
No, she's actually she's wheezing. She's wheezing.
That's all I wanted.
That's all she wanted to say.
I didn't even hear what you said.
She's just singing that song.
I'll send it to you later, Sana. I know Sana ain't seen this.
Anyway, sorry. what was I saying? Yeah, basically, I kept getting a really bad headache and dizziness, and I was like, what's going on? I must be dying. And obviously, I have like severe like anxiety around health. I just always think the worst. And I just had deja vu. And I brought a blood pressure monitor, checked it. It was through the roof. And so I called 111.
Are you serious?
Yeah, this is what I said the other day, and you all were like, "Oh yeah, mad."
But
and
why would you think to check your blood pressure though if you've got symptoms you had?
Because because you can get like really dizzy and headaches and lightheaded and stuff from blood pressure, like if it's low or high or whatever. So I was like, this must be related. And previously, early this year, when a doctor checked it, it was quite high. So I just got the monitor, and I checked it on the Friday night, and it was increased but not that bad. And then Saturday morning came, and it was really, really high. It was like a proper auntie with high blood pressure and high cholesterol and diabetes level. And so I called 111, and then they said go to see this doctor. Anyway, turns out my blood pressure was high because I think I was stressed about some stuff. And was feeling more anxious about the fact that things were going on. And then also found out I got a sinuses infection, and that's why my flu's kind of gone on longer, etc., etc. And I'm on antibiotics now, so it's all cushy. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tough
so
week.
yeah, kind of long, but alhamdulillah, it's all good. I don't mind as long as I know what's going on, because I was getting annoyed. I was like, why am I getting dizzy? Like, come on, I'm driving. I shouldn't be getting dizzy. I'm walking. I'm doing whatever. I feel like generally a quite healthy 26-year-old. Like, I don't think I'm like, obviously I like bad food and stuff, but like compared to a lot of people our age and what people are doing, my body's generally clean. I like sleep a lot and stuff. So yeah, but alhamdulillah, it's all cushy, and we're just out here.
On that note, I've decided a few days ago. I decided that I'm gonna go on like a health madness before I come to the. So I'm coming to the UK in July.
What, Slim Jim? Yeah.
2 months to lose all the weight that I put on in Qatar.
That
so I've decided to go on like a detox plus be a vegan for a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I feel like it will help me, number one, because obviously you guys know I've had medical issues for the past year.
Yeah.
And I feel like my body just needs like a reboot, a reset. And I've been told the best way to do that is to like try to avoid dairy and meat and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to detox, lose some weight at the same time, and come back and get lit and go to Chicken Cottage.
Mash it all up.
Who remembers those times when we were younger and we can eat whatever we wanted to eat and nothing happened? When I was younger, I could eat whatever I wanted to eat and it never affected my health. Now I've got a kidney stone.
Aww.
Do you know how sad that is?
Bless you.
Wallah.
Hold on,
No,
I thought
but-
they took it out.
Nah, it's still in here, B.
Bruv, she still
Are you
doesn't drink
serious?
enough water.
It's still growing.
What was all that surgery for then?
That was a surgery to put in a stent to make that tube that connects my kidney to my bladder a bit bigger, so they can get in my second operation to take it out. Why is Reem cracking up laughing? Talking about kidneys and bladder and shit. This is sad.
It is sad, but this is why we should be healthy and look after ourselves.
Old man.
Which reminds me, so many people have actually. No, can I just say, sorry guys, but the Shams is actually stressed.
I don't feel a day over 18, but my body feels like it's about 56.
You look like it though, so...
Oh, black no crack, yeah. Go on, what are you going to say, Shams?
Instagram, what's the word? Come on. What's the word, someone?
What?
Shams, take that glass of
Word
water.
for-
No, that's good. What's the word for like people, interaction, yeah? Is literally the best thing ever. Like people showing
Engagement.
so much love. Engagement, that's the one. Sorry, social media
On
producer.
Instagram.
Yeah, so much appreciation for everybody sharing their thoughts. And I'm
Yeah.
actually going to do a little bit. Are you all right? Are you falling asleep?
No, I'm not falling
Bear
asleep
dribble.
at all.
What people did say was last week when I had asked if anybody had recommendations for what we talk about. People said something about health, actually, like and why there's not more conversations about living healthier, and also kind of more plant-basedy things, especially from the cultures that we kind of come from, where it's very meat heavy. I know exactly what's right for my body, and I just don't do it because I don't know whether it's my self-control or like my lack of discipline sometimes. Like when I was proper on it, it was because it would physically hurt me to eat something unhealthy. Like I would just be sick. Whereas now my body can handle it a bit. I'm like, oh yeah, it's just a donut. Like, so it's hard for me. I don't know. Like I haven't perfected where I want to be with my food or anything.
What's the hardest thing for you guys?
Huh?
What's the hardest thing for you guys in terms of health and like discipline? Like what makes you break?
I'm rubbish at exercise. See, if I exercised, I would be a different person. And I don't know what it is about me and exercise. I struggle so much with it. Like I genuinely try, like I can walk for hours. But you see, like going for a jog, what? Going to the gym, what does that even mean? A class, it's just a myth. And I don't think, and I used to always say if there was a women's only gym, that I'm more likely to join it. But there are none. There might be like one evening you can go swimming. Bruv, I'm sorry, I'm not trekking somewhere. Like, I think they should be more readily available. Gosh.
Fair enough. What about you, Shambak? What's the hardest thing for you?
The hardest thing for me... the hardest thing for me is self-control. I know what I need to do to obviously sort of avoid any health implications, but I just don't do it. Like it comes to a point where even when I was in hospital, and I knew that I was supposed to drink more water, I would still sometimes go throughout the day and not drink water. Like, it's just small things like that where it's like I just don't have any control. It's almost as just now me and Reem we went to the shops, but before that we were contemplating whether we wanted to get donuts or not.
Real talk.
And I was proper side-eyeing her like, allow it, fam, let's just get the donuts. And she was like, nah. Reem had more strength than me.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You were like, we don't really need it. And I was bare convincing you, but you haven't eaten anything all day and you're hungry, you got your appetite back so you can I was bare like, this is what I think in my brain.
Wow.
I feel it in my brain. This is literally how I justify certain things. I think it's just honestly, wallah, it's just self-control. I walk about 50 minutes a day. Yeah, that I can do. And I think if I didn't have that, I don't even know what I would have, fam. I eat whatever I want to eat. Like sometimes I'll go like a week or 2 weeks and I'm on a mad health kick. Then it'll just come crashing down because I've seen one jam donut that looks buff, and I'll just yam it. It's just really, really bad. Or like, and then as well, like I've recently got back into drinking Red Bull and I hadn't had Red Bull in ages.
That's gonna make you have 3 kidney stones.
That's the worst.
I've had like in the past maybe like 2 months I've had maybe like 3 Red Bulls.
Okay.
So it's not like I'm having it all the time. It's just like every now and again, and I'll always have water next to me now. Like I drink bare water now, alhamdulillah, but it's not even at the level that I should be drinking water. It's just, honestly, it's just self-control. And I think once I get into like the hang of things, and I was telling Reem the other day, like I've got a very addictive nature. I'm very prone to developing some sort of eating disorder. Like I know if I get to a point where I'm now counting my calories and controlling what I'm eating and watching watching the scales, I've got a very very addictive nature. It can be so dangerous for me. That's why I stay away from it. Like I weighed myself 2 weeks ago and I'm still thinking about that number. And I haven't weighed myself in 6 years.
I weighed myself yesterday. I went to the hospital yesterday to check out my eczema on my finger. And they weighed me, and I have been like.
Did they weigh you to check out the eczema on your finger?
Fam, yeah, man. As soon as you go into any clinic here in Doha, they do like a full check. They do your blood pressure, height and weight and all that stuff before you even see a doctor. They have to do that.
So then, what happened? You saw the number. Then what?
So yeah, I saw the number, and I was just like. I was shocked at myself. Like Doha has really on so many levels, Doha has like messed me up, like physically, okay, not mentally, but physically, like my health has been rubbish. I put on so much weight because there's food everywhere, so readily available. Plus I don't need to like leave my house because I work from my house. So I don't even move as much. Like even I was thinking, even when I had a car in London, it's not like I was walking around a lot like you guys, or like Shambak, because she's a TFL.
I'm done.
It's not like I used to walk around a lot, or get on the train or get on the bus and stuff. I was still in my car, but I still had some movement in my like day-to-day routine. Here, I just roll out of bed, go onto my sofa and I'm there for the next 10 hours because I need to be on a shift. So I think for me, Doha has really, really messed me up, and I've put on so much weight, and that's affected my health like really, really badly. I've formed eczema. I've had like reoccurring issues and stuff like that. So now I'm just thinking I need to get back into shape because I'm not about to get cussed out when I go to London, which is what happened last time.
So I'm happy to reveal I'm a size 16 at the moment. Yeah. By the time that Sana comes in July, yeah, inshallah, I'll be a size 12. Let's make a pact. Let's make a pact now. Let's make it public.
All right, I am down for that.
Go on, Sana.
I am so down.
What's your pledge?
Listen, I can't. My pledge is I'm gonna lose. Hold on, let me do the maths. I'm gonna lose 15 pounds.
What's 15 pounds?
Kilos, or whatever it is. No, 15 kilos. Is that kilos?
Wow.
What the hell is it?
That's like 2 stone.
15
No, not
kilos.
stone.
15 kilos is literally hella bags of rice. That's how I compare. That's how I judge things. Bags of rice.
My pledge is to lose 15 kilograms.
15 kilograms is like 2 stone, babes.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose that by
Inshallah.
the time I come to London.
Reem, what's your pledge? Or you know,
Inshallah.
Reem low-key lost weight already.
I have a.
She's got a head start.
I've been saying I want to lose 10 kg for the last 2 years, and I've fluctuated by.
Well, now's the
about
time
2
to do it.
kgs and putting it back on for the whole time. But yeah, 10 kgs would be nice. But
That's
also
me every
like,
week.
them, I'm actually more focused on building up my immune system, which is really, really bad right now. That's like my main issue because I get sick so often, and I've been like really fatigued. So I just need to build up my immune system. Obviously, if I lose weight, then that's great. But my main priority is my immune system.
Okay, so my pledge is that I'm going to be a size 12. Sana wants to lose 15 kg. Reem wants to build up her immune system. Done.
Yeah,
And
and I think naturally when you're like focusing on your health and your immune system, you will naturally lose weight just because of what you're consuming to do that.
So we're making a public declaration.
Hopefully,
check back in a couple
public
episodes.
thing.
So we're gonna be like 3 sumos walking down West Ken. When Sana's back.
Do you remember? Yeah. Do you remember at the rooftop of our hotel, Victoria Hotel, and me and Reem tried to tackle me to throw me into the pool, and I was creasing, and she goes, "Why are you laughing?"
nah, that was the
we look like two
funniest shit
sumos.
ever.
We actually did.
No, that was actually too much.
I think we did that for like a good 40 minutes, just trying to get you in the pool.
That was a workout for real. Sana did that laugh where she's crying.
One
You know that little
day-
cry face that she does? Yeah, frowning.
One day, can we release that video? We can't, innit? Never ever.
No, that video
That video was
Nah, because all the hijab was all over the place.
We had the entire pool, to ourselves. We were just running amok, These man had, I don't know how you guys had to plan without me
hooligans.
realizing. And then Haneen was like, "Oh, Asha, come, let's take a picture." And I was like, "Yeah, bare unsuspecting, I was like, "Yeah." And then they all look at each other, and that's when I clocked. So there's something fishy going on here. Then Sana was there, standing on top of a flipping stool with her phone, like, "Yeah, let's take a picture, yeah." But not gonna lie, you guys tried. It's like you guys tried for a bit.
You got in there though.
Because I had no strength to fight. It was 3 men against
Listen,
one.
mate, you got in there as soon as I got involved.
Yeah, Sana's got some super strength though. Wallah, Sana's stronger than all of you, man. Sorry. Sana can rush me.
I don't think Sana's stronger than me.
La ilaha illallah.
I think I am. I'm sorry, I love you, but I think I am.
No, I actually don't think she's stronger than me. I'm not even gonna
Sana's
lie. I didn't
definitely
use
stronger than
I
you.
didn't use all of my strength on you
Oh, Sana's definitely
because I
stronger
slightly
than you.
didn't. I felt bad for you.
Imagine I felt
No,
bad for
Mama, I
you. You
felt
were
bad for you.
panting. You were. Reem was the one that asked for a
I
break.
just think-
Reem was the one that said, "Okay, everyone, let's call a truce." Are you
We
mad?
genuinely had a break, some interval.
No, genuinely, I felt bad for you, innit? That's why. But you know what? Bun you next
Intermission.
time. It's gonna be me and you,
About
one on
next
one.
time. Reem, I've got you. Reem, I've actually got you. It's Sana you should be worried about. Sana's got some
I think we should have a
dumb
boxing
strength.
match.
I don't even know where she gets it from. You're mad athletic, mashallah.
No, but real talk. We're actually almost done, and we talked too much rubbish. I actually just wanted to. The last thing I want to talk about is a bit about
Theresa May.
No, bruv.
Theresa May. Theresa May.
We can talk about Theresa May, but it's about the Instagram polls that I did this morning. Which again, thank you guys so much for your engagement,
Yeah.
for your interaction, and all that good stuff. I actually found, sorry to be like this, but I found the people's responses really, really interesting.
So what were some of the questions on the?
I'm about to get into it.
Soz in it, just for people who.
So the first one, I've got the story up. The first one says, do you think the education system is flawed? And guess the percentages, guys.
98% yes.
96 actually, which I was a little bit surprised at because I thought it would be like 100% yes. And the other one was, were or are you considered to be academic? What's the percentage for that, do you guys reckon? Sorry, this is so much fun for me. Probably not for everyone.
50% yes.
Okay.
60% yeah.
Actually, 73% yes and 27% no, which again I was surprised at because I feel like I ain't, and I don't know why I assumed everyone else wasn't.
You are academic. You've been all the way through to uni. And everything.
Yeah, but it was a real struggle.
Yeah, same.
But that's what I meant by academic.
Oh, I hated uni. I hated school. I hate everything.
That's what I meant. Maybe maybe the question
wrong.
wasn't clear.
Because I thought like if you've been to
I don't think it was
university,
clear.
but you're a graduate, like you are an academic, like like you're quite academic. No,
I didn't think so.
I thought
No, some people go through school and they hate
it.
it. You know, it doesn't mean they're academic.
Or do you mean like are you like a school kind of person?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, that's what she's trying to say. Yeah.
The other one was, do you have any diagnosed special educational needs or learning difficulties? What do you guys think the percentage is?
73%.
Oh, 73. Sana?
I would say 30% no.
So you think the majority of people have problems?
What do you mean problems?
Learning difficulties. Sorry.
No, I think the majority don't.
Oh, you mean 30%? Okay, I get you.
Okay.
So actually, it was that 88% don't have any diagnosed special educational needs or learning difficulties, and 12% do. If you answered no, as in you don't have a diagnosis of special educational needs, did you ever suspect you may have special educational needs or a learning difficulty? What do you think the percentage of that is?
62% said yes.
I agree with that. Around 60.
Wow. It was actually 63% said no and 37% said yes. But I thought that I didn't expect that so many people would have suspected that they did. I found that really, really interesting. And the other one was, if you answered yes, do you or did you feel that you were supported well with your individual needs?
60% no.
77% no.
Wow.
A whole 77% no, which I found like really, really sad actually. And in terms of changes, people wrote a lot, like as in the changes that we need in the education system, because obviously everybody had said it was flawed. So loads of people said that exams don't reflect how much you know, and also it doesn't help if you're dealing with anxiety. People saying mental health support within schools, climate justice and how we treat the earth, which I think is really important. And this person went and said something about ending fossil fuel era, discussions on self-care, self-love, mental health, dismantling of the prevent policy, which is very interesing. Yeah,
I think that would be a good topic for like another day.
I think it will be. We need to talk about this. So it says dismantling of the prevent policy is so racist and projects bias, fear towards Muslims. Yeah. So we will talk about that. And then people were just saying things like scrap Pythagoras, which I think we all agree with.
Did you see there was one tweet that jarred? There was one tweet I was spinning. I was laughing for so long. It must have been like another day has passed and I still haven't used Pythagoras theorem.
It's real.
Yeah,
it's real. Educate at home, more support resources for teachers. And somebody, actually, me and Shambak were speaking about this earlier. Somebody said more inclusivity when discussing types of marriages. Because, and I think this reasoning is like really good. It says children who are ignorant can get into trouble, and it's not their fault that they don't understand the difference of socially acceptable types of relationships. For instance, male and male, female and female. And instead they mock and look stupid and rude when they take the piss out of things. So it's like not their fault, it's families' faults, and makes them look more intolerant, basically. So I found that really interesting, and it reminds me of what we were talking about earlier, Shams.
That reminds me a little bit about the little boy, the little Syrian boy that was bullied in from his school, and they tried to waterboard him and stuff like that. I always look at the parents, because that kind of behavior is learned. It's always taught. He's only doing what his parents, just only like reflecting his parents' views.
And also what you were saying about the whole LGBT conversation in schools.
So we briefly spoke about the fact that it seems as though the majority of Muslims, Muslim parents, are the ones that are opposing conversations about LGBTQ communities, be it like LGBT, basically like all that kind of stuff being taught in school, and for people to understand that it's not just heterosexual relationships that are existent, and that there are others, right? So it just seems like, because it just it's annoying to me that it appears to be that it's just Muslims that are opposing that, and it's disappointing to an extent, because even though we all know what the dean says, but it's your job to parent, and if your child is there's so many things that your child is being taught in school, and I don't know, there's just a lot. Maybe that's another conversation for another day.
That is probably actually
but
definitely.
and sorry, very quickly, I just want to like specifically say thank you to there's a lot of people that have been talking and sharing their experiences of being diagnosed with special educational needs and having learning difficulties, who've opened up a little bit, people who've shared their experiences. And one person in particular was just saying that she had kind of gone through school really struggling, and eventually and she explained that her mum didn't speak any English, and it was really hard for her to try and fix everything, not fix everything, but like to understand what was going on, and somehow managed, like, this is why I say all the time, like, mothers are like real superwomen, like they're superheroes, because what she ended up doing for her was incredible. So basically she eventually got an educational psychologist to do an assessment, and the educational psychologist explained that she had the what was it again, the reading level, I think, of a 7-year-old, and she was 15. So bearing in mind, this is preparation for GCSEs. So at this point, you're probably thinking, I would probably be really frustrated in knowing that I was struggling with understanding things and think, what is wrong with me? You'd probably look within and think that this is some sort of issue. So basically, once that happened, her mum got in touch with the council and got her into this private kind of specialist school which will support her and meet her needs. And this has been the case. So her mum has supported her throughout this whole entire time, and she's just finished her university. I think she had her last exam yesterday or something, to do one of the kind of, well, I would say kind of psychology degrees, and I think that's paramount. And she'd actually said, like, if my mum wasn't there fighting so hard for me, I don't know where I would have been. And I think it's incredible to have somebody who's literally at the age of 15 to say that your reading level was half your age, and for you to come out of uni at the same time as everyone else is like amazing.
That's amazing.
I know, and I was just like, and for her to share that as well is just like, yeah, man, it's like incredible what people do.
We appreciate that, whoever shared it. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, proper amazing. And her mum as well, who won't be listening to this, but if you're listening to this, tell your mum we appreciate her and how well she did with, like, how well she managed things, like to manage to get the council to pay for a privatized specialist school. Like, yeah, you're doing bits, mama.
Damn right. Reem, I feel like you're having too much fun on this Instagram. I feel like you need to share it a bit.
I have so much
Instagram. It is 100% Reem.
It's Reem.
And I honestly really enjoy it. Like, I love hearing what people have to say. It's so sweet. And there's another girl whose dad sounds like a top G, by the way.
MashaAllah. May Allah preserve our parents. His goodness. And grant them all Jannah Firdaus.
But yeah, keep talking on Instagram. I'm enjoying your interaction.
Thanks for listening, guys. We are available on all platforms. If you listen to us on the podcast app, if you listen to us on YouTube, if you listen to us on Spotify, you'll find us there. All you have to do is search £3.30. Also, don't forget to hit us up on our social media. We have a £3.30 Instagram page. Reem predominantly controls this, so please do have conversations on there with us. We have lots of interesting and funny things to share on there. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. Sorry, I was thinking about what else I need to say.
Bear looking me in the eye.
Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. We love our YouTube family too, and we'll soon be showing up some more love on there too. So yeah, I've been Asha. Nice to chat to you guys.
I've been Asha.
Wow, I've been Asha, you know.
I'm
always Sana, you know.
Yeah.
Sana. Used to be Sana.
Reem every day, yeah.
Reem every day, Asha every day.
Reem every day.
Sana every day. Ma salama, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye bye.